I want to talk to you today about what you should be eating and how we think some of the things that we do eat when we're trying to lose weight and get healthy are the right things for us when they actually are not. So let's take meal replacements, because we like to eat these things, or drink them I should say, because it's not really able to eat real food, but we use these because we think that it's a shortcut, it's a hack to getting where we want to go so much faster. Or we do detoxes, and when we detox, your body has enough detoxification in it. If you really needed to detox your body, you should be at the hospital because you'd be going into sepsis. So this tea doesn't work. These meal replacements, you know, you're wasting your money because what they teach you to eat 1,200 calories. Little kids eat more than 1,200 calories, you're an adult. The reason why you lose weight on these is because you simply starve yourself. And when you start eating real food again, guess what? All the weight comes back and more. What I want to talk about right now is there's foods that we love, but there's also better choices that we can make. Don't get me wrong, everybody loves bacon. I know I do. Well, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people do. So this has got a lot of fat in it, a lot of nitrates. So instead of eating regular bacon, we can have turkey bacon, which is much healthier for you. Now, I love a good steak. Steak is delicious. You'll see me at steakhouses. But what you won't see me at a steakhouse eating is a ribeye, because if you see all the extra marbling, that's where all the flavor comes from. But at the same time, if you're trying to be healthy, you need to get your healthy fats from other sources, like avocados, olive oil, things like that, as opposed to in your steak, because now what you're eating is severely limited because the fat is the most dense micronutrient, or macronutrient, I'm sorry. It's the most dense one, so it takes up a lot of the calories that you're supposed to be eating throughout the course of the day, which leaves you hungry at the end of the night. And at the end of the night, that's when all of a sudden the monster comes out and you start eating chips and cookies and ice cream and all of that stuff. So there's a better way that you can still eat a steak. This is a bison steak. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot of marbling, but it's very tender. Has a lot more protein than a regular steak, and it's actually delicious. You should give it a try. I love bison. And we all know that pork chops, the other white meat, have a lot of fat in them. That's why a lot of people don't eat them. So, I mean, every now and then, having a pork chop is not gonna kill you, but to make your diet strictly pork, you're gonna end up gaining a lot of extra weight because of all the extra fat that's in here. So what you can eat instead is things like ground turkey. Really simple to cook, tastes delicious, and it's very low in fat. Then you can also do chicken breast, or you can do chicken thighs. Just take the skin off of them to make sure that you're not getting a bunch of extra fat for no reason. All of the meats that I just showed you that are gonna be lower in calories and then also lower in saturated and trans fats, to make sure that these are the healthy things that we wanna keep and eat, because it's gonna allow you to reach your goals faster. Now, all the other foods that were high in fat, what we're going to do is put them where they belong. Because if you want to reach your goals, you need to start being able to eat things that are going to be healthier for you, and then allow you to eat more throughout the day to make sure that you're not binging at the end of the night. So that's what this is going to do for you when it has less fat, and it's actually going to give you more calories to work with throughout the course of the day. Have you guys ever found yourself working out, eating right, but yet the scale never moves? Your progress pictures never change, but you're tracking all of your food and you just don't know why you're not getting the results that you want. I can understand how that would be frustrating. Here's what happens with most people. The little things, they add up. Things like juice. Now, I'm sure you've heard that you can drink juice, you can eat fruit. Fruit is great because it actually has fiber in it, and it's gonna allow you to get the nutrients that you need from the actual fruit, but it's not gonna spike your blood sugar. However, juice is not fruit. It's actually made from concentrate. Made from concentrate. This is a juice drink, it's not real juice. And it's got lots of extra sugar. So when it doesn't have fiber in it like real fruit does, it causes your blood glucose, which is it causes you to spike it all the way up. And that's why a lot of people don't drink juice, or they drink juice and they can't get rid of their body fat because of all the extra calories that they're consuming from all of the carbs and the sugar in the juice, because they don't account for that. This is 39 grams of sugar in here. It's 140 calories. How many people drink more than 1 soda a day? I used to drink them all the time. So I would have 2 or 3 of them every single day. If I had 3, that's about 120 grams of sugar. If you are trying to lose the weight, trying to get in better shape, and just improve yourself, your health, these are some things that I'm not saying don't drink at all, but you want to limit them. What you want to drink more of is water. And I get it, seeing somebody walking around with a big gallon like this can be intimidating. So we have a Fisher-Price My First water bottle that you can use to get started with. So you don't have to carry around this big bottle, but you might have to carry around the whole case in your car if you get thirsty. So what I want to talk about right now is processed grains and how they're affecting you. See, over time, the more foods that we have that are processed, they strip away all the nutrients from the grains. So you're gonna have things like white bread that most people think is healthy for you, but it really isn't, because this actually has quite a decent amount of sugars in it. But then also, if you were to eat a whole grain bread like this is gonna be much better for you to have than this one. So there are some things that I'm gonna show you today, like try to stay away from these breads and use more of the whole grains that haven't been processed, they haven't been bleached, and haven't had all the nutrients stripped from them. Then you've got other snacks like muffins. How many people enjoy a muffin? How many people go through Starbucks and they get a cup of coffee, which is a glorified milkshake, or it's candy with all the pumps of caramel or whatever you put in there, but then you get a muffin to go along with it. And the muffin is a glorified piece of cake with no icing. So this isn't one of the healthier things that you want to do. And if you want to put forth the best effort and be a role model for your kids, eating cake for breakfast, not such a good idea. Now, don't get me wrong, I love chips, I love guacamole, but you don't want to eat the entire bag. So there's things that you can eat instead of the chips, and these are chickpea snacks. They're healthier than the chips. They're made with Himalayan pink salt. So you can grab things like this. There's what are those things called? I should have bought them. Like puffs that are shaped like vegetables that you can eat for snacks. So you can have things like that as opposed to the chips and the muffins, and then also the regular white bread. These 3 things that you saw me talking about here, guess what we're doing with them? And you want to focus on eating things that have not been bleached and all the nutrients have not been stripped from them when it comes to grains. Next up, we got candy. Processed sweets. You got your gummy bears. You got your jelly beans. Easter's coming up, so you got your Cadbury eggs and M&Ms. Who doesn't love M&Ms? Look, all of these things are high in trans fats, and they're going to, once again, spike your blood sugar, and then once it drops, you're gonna run out of energy, and you're gonna be tired. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna eat more of the same stuff, get a bunch of extra calories into your diet that you really don't need if you're trying to lose weight and get in shape. So we're not gonna focus on eating all the processed sweets. Instead, we're gonna eat nature's candy. We have pineapples. We have blackberries, watermelon, and then blueberries. Now, you see how they're all different colors? You want to eat the rainbow because each one of the different colors has different phytonutrients which will help you become healthier, which you're not going to find in a shake and you're not going to find in a little bar that you eat in between your meals, because like a lot of companies try to tell you. All of those processed things are glorified candy bars is what they really truly are. But you're gonna get much better results. You're not gonna be hungry with these because like I said when we were doing the fruit juices, these have actual fiber inside of them, so it's gonna keep you full. So you're not gonna wanna go back and eat more and more and more. But then again, you could eat more because I'd like you to name one person, just one person, who's gotten fat off eating fruit. Don't worry, I'll wait. Now, I want you to name how many people do you know that have gotten fat off eating stuff like this? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna eat nature's candy, eat the rainbow, and we're gonna take the rest and I'm not saying don't eat it ever, but eat it sparsely. Make sure that it's for a special occasion and not a daily snack that you eat just because you get hungry. What we have here is heavy creams and dairy, which is gonna have a lot of calories, which is gonna cause you to gain weight when you're trying to lose it. So a lot of people will go get a coffee and they'll put heavy cream in it because it tastes good, but then the calories add up. Same thing with whole milk. It's not low fat, it's high fat. Also, ice cream. I love ice cream as much as the next person, but this is not a food group. It's not a food group. You can have ice cream, but have it sparsely. And then whole yogurt, for the same reason as the milk and for the same reason as the cream. It's got a lot of cream inside of it, so what's gonna happen is the calories add up too. So be careful with all of these things. Some healthy alternatives from the milk, and then also for the heavy cream, is in your coffee you could put almond milk or you could put oat milk. And then for your ice cream on those special occasions, it's not a food group, you can have whipped cream. But this is special. It's made from non-dairy almond milk, so it's not gonna have all the heavy creams. So you can use this instead. So I hope you guys were able to learn a few things today. And I hope you had as much fun throwing food away as I do. Because the next time food gets thrown away, it should be when you're cleaning out your house so you can have better habits and make sure that you reach those goals that probably have been escaping you since you're watching this video. So if you've watched this entire video, that means that you were trying to learn some new things because you realize that if you do the same thing over and over again, you're always gonna get the same results. So if you make 4 lefts, guess what? You just started back at the beginning point. If you eat the same way that you've always been eating, you're at your starting point. So if you want to stop going in circles and actually see some change in your physique, in your health, I would like you to reach out to me. I got your back. Be more than happy to go over everything that we've talked about and more, because I can only fit so much into a short video. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I'll be more than happy to show you and teach you everything that you need to know to help you to lose weight, feel great, feel better, look younger, and live longer. So in order to get in touch with me, click the link down in the description. It's www.limitsdonotexist.com, and I'll talk to you soon.